Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. Today we've got a special guest and that's Jerry, the co-founder of Coinscan. How you going, mate?
Hello, how is it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Now, you've got a very interesting project tracing coins and ICOs and tokens through circulation and the number of wallets, and are they going to exchanges? Is there a big dump incoming, I guess, is the question everyone wants answered. So do you want to explain in more detail what your project is?
Yeah, for sure. The name of the project is called Coinscan. The name of the website is called coinscan.pro. Basically, it's originated from the idea of, the blockchain as being a very transparent entity, and then we should take advantage of that. And, historically, Wall Street has been possessing all those data that we cannot get anywhere from, and they're gaining a lot of edge against us. So, we're a bunch of data nerds from San Francisco, Silicon Valley. I work for Uber, and my co-founder worked for Facebook. We're trying to bring the data and the transparency into the blockchain world so that everyone can enjoy that.
Uber and Facebook, that's a pretty good combination there in Silicon Valley. I like it. So who are the sort of people that you think will be interested in this data, all the way from the individual trader that wants to know if their token or something they own is on the way to exchanges in a large amount, or big business, I guess, are interested in all these statistics as well?
Yeah, I would say both. We have a variety of clienteles here. Of course, we start from the general investors and individual investors. They now get to use a lot of stuff for free that they would not able to get it from, like, paying to Bloomberg. And then also other clientele that we have is, institution investors. They want to get very heavy data, big data, curated insights and ideas so that they can, judge what projects that they can invest, or where are the good time point that they can buy or sell. And the other interesting part of that, lots of our clienteles are from crypto projects. They're issuing a coin, and they wanted to see, what are their ecosystem, how many of them are actually holding the coin, what are their retention rate. If I'm treating myself as an app store, as an app, what are my daily active users, all those kind of growth 101 in terms of how should I operate those projects.
Fantastic. Well, do you want to share your screen now? And I think you're going to walk us through a couple of good examples of what's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me know if you are able to see it.
That's perfect, yeah.
Cool. So this is the general interface of coinscan.pro. The way we structure the product is very much like crypto coin market cap, actually, and consists of two major parts: the coin summary page, which is what you're seeing right now, and also the coin profile page, which is you basically click into one of the coins. And I'll just go over them one by one. Yeah. So going back to this coin summary page, in addition to all the basic information that you see in other token tools, we're able to show you lots of critical insights that we can get it straight from the blockchain. One example is, exchange balance, how many tokens are owned by exchange, and that's very much important, which I should explain later. And then also the ownership of this exchange, and also the balance change over the past 24 hours as well as the past 7 days. And of course, you can efficiently sort through all of those to understand what are the biggest movers in terms of the exchange balance change. Yeah, that's kind of a very simple usage of the first tool, and where you can just sort through it. The second part, well, I'll just dive into one of the coins. For example, Penta. This is a coin that was just started, I think, ICO'd, or just started to be sold in some exchanges a couple of weeks ago. So let's see, there are 4 tabs that actually help you to answer a variety of questions. The first one is, who's holding that? The wallet distribution will be able to answer those. how many of the tokens are held by different exchanges, how many tokens are held by, a small wallet, big wallet, whales, and et cetera, and et cetera. And also you have daily active users, and then also how many people are actually holding your coin over a period of time. You're able to see there's, some interesting bump along the way. My guess will be there is some airdrop that happened in the past that actually helped significantly increase the user base of the coin. And that's kind of a typical tactic that's used by lots of ICO projects to increase their awareness in the past.
Cool. Have you got any other interesting examples to show us about when a movement to an exchange or from an exchange has led to big movements in price one way or another?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start by just taking a peek of how and where this tool is showing those data. Yep. It's called Exchange Detail. You're able to see the exchange balance history, and then you can clearly see the exchanges are actually started to take those coins and tradable in those different exchanges. And then going back to your question, are we able to show some prediction power of this data versus price movement? A very quick stat that I want to show you is, the bigger the transferring out of the exchange will actually indicate the fluctuation of the price quite a lot. Actually, the exchange balance change in a big day will actually indicate twice as much fluctuation than in a normal day. Yep. And here's an example for that. For example, this is one coin, it's called CNN. And then back in, I think, May, we've actually used our tool to catch a huge injection of the fund coming from a single source. And then when we caught that, there is some mild price movement upwards in terms of the exchange rate from CNN to Ethereum. And a few days after that, you're able to see there is a huge spike of the price that actually taken place after this single injection of the fund that coming from a big whale. So that's interesting. So we kind of went back and see why was that a successful trade for us? And then, we did some reality check and then money tracing and found out that this big fund accounts for 4% of the total supply were coming from the Genesis wallet. And then our guess will be those will be coming from the big whales or the team's wallet and trying to use a market maker or like a financial management entity to help them to kind of liquidate their assets. And that was actually validated a few days after this movement has taken place. So here's an example of how we can use this data to actually have some clue in terms of abnormal price movements that's going to taking place.
That's fantastic, mate. Is there anything else that interesting you want to show us in terms of features there while we've got you on full screen?
Absolutely. So in addition to the price movements, obviously the exchange balance change will be a very powerful indicator of the volume as well. Let me just show you another example. This is QuarkChain, which is I think they've ICO'd this year at the beginning of this year.
It was in the news a bit, that one, QuarkChain, and the amount held by the team versus the exchanges and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. I've taken a screenshot of the net inflow into an exchanges. You can see a few interesting spikes starting from June, July, and August, and that's their unlocking schedule. And interestingly, it corresponds perfectly with the 24-hour volume that's following that. You see that the spike actually translates into a significant increase of the trading volume after that. So therefore, using the Coinscan Pro data, you'll be able to draw some interesting conclusion and prediction in terms of when is a good time to sell your coin or trade your coin.
Cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
What about distribution data? Is there clear trends you can sort of show for something that's been in circulation for a couple of years in terms of wallet addresses versus maybe a good example of an ICO that's held by very few people still?
Let's start from the old one. The famous EOS. Of course, we're ingesting the data that we're ingesting is ERC20 data, and yields mainnet just went live a few months ago. So
Yes.
we've actually concluded the whole cycle of a coin, starting from going to exchanges and to the retirement of ERC20 token.
Yeah.
And you're able to see that clearly demonstrated on our tool using the exchange detail tab. You'll be able to see that there is some small exchanges that the tool is getting some traction in the later year of 2017. You're able to see that this RMB is actually a famous Chinese exchange that was actually alive by then, but then was shut down by regulation purpose. And you're able to see that there's a huge decline in terms of the token balance from the exchanges. And then this token started to get traction from the major exchanges that started to take off in the beginning of 2018, which is Binance, Huobi, OKX, and stuff like that, all the way till end of May, which is actually when EOS announced their mainnet and then transferred from the ERC20 token to the actual EOS token. And then that's when you see there is a huge drop or a flat line in terms of the token supply rate. That's kind of one interesting example of, through an entire life cycle of a token, how their ups and downs are reflected in different kind of exchanges.
Fantastic. Well, we'll wrap it up there, Jerry, if you want to take it off screen share. But I'm sure there's plenty of interesting features that people can head over to coinscan.pro and check out. And is that the best place to go for more information, or where they can get more of this data from?
Yeah, absolutely. So very simple. The website is called coinscan.pro. And then you can also visit our Twitter called @coins_scan. And then you can actually scroll down all the way down to the Coinscan website, and then you can see our email.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Jerry. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.